So, just saw Karate Kid Legends, all the reviews leading up to this movie. Is the movie worth the price of admission? What is up, guys and Karate Kid fans? Welcome back to my channel. This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is On The Brinker, and finally the movie is here. The movie's leading up to the movie. It has finally arrived. Today I'm going to review Karate Kid Legends. This movie is the latest installment in the Karate Kid franchise, and this movie is directed by Jonathan Entwistle. Hopefully I say his name right. I don't think so. I apologize. And this movie stars Wang, Jackie Chan, Ralph Macchio, Sadie Stanley, Joshua Jackson, Aramis Knight, and Ming-Na. After Kung Fu trainer Li Fong relocates to New York City, he attracts unwanted attention from a local karate champion and embarks on a journey to enter the ultimate karate competition with the help of Mr. Han, played by Jackie Chan, and Daniel LaRusso, played by Ralph Macchio. So we got the latest Karate Kid film in the franchise, and I gotta say, you guys seen my reviews. I'm a fan of this franchise, so when I heard they're doing a Karate Kid movie with not just Ralph Macchio in it, but also Jackie Chan as Mr. Han in the remake, combined together in a no-way treatment, I was interested. And this comes from the guy that loves the Karate Kid movies and also is a huge fan of Cobra Kai. I think it's a great show. From start to finish, I think it's flawless. I think it has a great story, great characters, great legacy sequel as a series that pays so much homage to the original Karate Kid movies. So when I heard this movie's kind of both together now with the 2010 remake, I was curious to see how this movie goes on. I actually did like the trailers for this movie. And now I went into this movie with not high expectations. A lot of people went into this movie with really high expectations. I'm not expecting this movie to be as good as the original Karate Kid, or not as good as Cobra Kai. I just want this movie to be a fun Karate Kid movie. The action looks great. Cannot wait to see Ralph Macchio comes back as Daniel LaRusso. And also seeing Jackie Chan in the movie again. I haven't seen Jackie Chan in a movie in such a long time. I love Jackie Chan. He's always badass in everything he does. And cannot wait to see the new star Wang in the film. He has so much potential. So, the trailers actually really intrigued me. I was looking forward to this movie. And yes, I got this bandana literally for free in the cinema while watching this movie. So, of course, I'm wearing this in this review to honor the Karate Kid legacy. So, just saw Karate Kid Legends. All the reviews leading up to this movie. Is the movie worth the price of admission? Man, this movie let me down. Now, is Karate Kid Legends a terrible movie? No. Is it one of the worst movies of the year? Absolutely not. It has positives. Let's get to the positives first before we get to my negatives, and sadly, the negatives outweigh the positives here. I gotta say the best thing about this movie is absolutely Wang as Lee. I think he's a very likable character in this film. He's a really good protagonist for this movie. He has a really dark backstory that I was really surprised of how dark it goes. And it makes his character very sympathetic, and I thought Wang does a great job for his first performance, and I cannot wait to see him in more stuff. He definitely has potential here. I think he is great in this film, so I'm interested to see where his career comes upon. Also, Jackie Chan as Mr. Han. He is great in this film. He is hilarious in this film, and he has that likable screen presence because he's Jackie Chan. He's great throughout the action scenes, and he's great training Lee in the film. I thought Jackie Chan is great. And Ralph Macchio, despite that I feel like he is not in the movie all that much, which we all expected, he is still great because he's Ralph fucking Macchio. And seeing Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio in a movie together is great. They're really good together. I think the three of them are fine together in this film. Now, there is a plot aspect I wanted to talk about. It might consider a bit of spoilers. It's more of a plot than like what actually happens in the film, because the trailer really does mislead this film. But I want to talk about this plot aspect of the film because it's one of those plot aspects that I actually did like about this film. There is a character played by Joshua Jackson in this film who plays a pizza owner that's also a former boxer, and he wants to get back into the game. So Lee trains him Kung Fu to get him back on the top. I actually do like that plot. I thought that's actually very interesting, seeing kind of a switcheroo, you know? Seeing a kid teaching an adult, and I'm like, that could have been an interesting Karate Kid movie. And some people might not like that plot aspect. I really do. I thought it actually works in this movie. And I would say this is a good looking movie. Some of the action scenes look fantastic in the film. The choreography and the fight scenes, you can tell that they are all trained for this movie. And the choreography is great in the film. The action scenes look really good in this film. Even though there are times where the action scenes get a little bit too jump cutted, it does still look pretty good in my opinion. But I gotta say guys, that is it. Man, Karate Kid Legends really lets me down. Is this as worse as Karate Kid Part 3? No. But this will definitely be in that category as my least favorite in the series. Because I think one of my biggest issues surrounding Karate Kid Legends is that this movie is a mess. There's so many things happening in this movie, and also, this movie is the shortest Karate Kid movie. This movie's like 90 minutes long, and you definitely feel it because this movie is so fucking rushed. There's a lot of things happening in this film, like I said, with the boxing thing, and also Lee entering this karate tournament, which I don't mind if the movie is the same movie as the other Karate Kid movies, as long as it has well pacing, and also really well characters. But this movie doesn't want us to get time to get to know some of the characters, and also this movie doesn't want to get to know the plot, because this movie just goes boom, boom, boom. It goes to that plot, then goes to that plot, without any build-up or anything. This is such a rushed movie, and the editing of this movie, oh my gosh, this is some of the worst editing that I have seen this entire year. There are so many scenes that is like an important scene of the film, and it happens, and then it just cuts to the next scene without any like epilogue throughout the ending of the scene. This movie has a lot of things that I find very, very rushed, and also really messy when it comes to the plot. And since it's all that messy, you don't really care about the characters all too much in the film. Ben Wang has enough to give me sympathy for his character, but the movie doesn't let you explore a lot of it because the movie just goes boom, boom, boom. Let's rush this movie as quickly as possible throughout that 90 minutes. And it just makes this film so messy and so exhausting to watch in my opinion. And the rest of the characters in Karate Kid Legends, I thought they were very bland in this film. The love interest in the film to Lee in the film, she is fine in this film. At times their chemistry is very cute in the film, but again, it rushed their chemistry. The bully in this film is just there. Like, he's another bully that we've seen in other Karate Kid movies before. We know exactly what's going to happen with his character. We also have another evil John Kreese in the film that's very bland and generic. And the movie doesn't get enough time with the chemistry between Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio. I thought the potential them to have with their chemistry could have worked in this film. But Ralph Macchio is not in the movie all that much. He came through halfway through the film to train Lee, and that is why he's there. And I just didn't buy the chemistry between the three of them all that paced well because of how rushed this movie is. Everything about this movie is rushed. And rushed can be bad. In movies, it can be bad. Especially in this movie because the point of this movie, it's supposed to be paced very well within the story. I don't mind this movie being like kind of two different movies in one, as long as the pacing is great, but since this pacing is so rushed, you feel so dizzy and exhausted after this movie. And too many storylines, too many things happening in the film. One part of the movie, everyone could agree it's not the Karate Kid, like I said, the boxing thing, but that's probably the best part about this movie, the training that Lee goes through in the film. I wasn't that invested in it because of how rushly paced the movie is. It's like it's trying to get done as soon as possible so everyone can just walk out of this film. But I would say this, kids will absolutely love this film. Like literally while watching this film, when at the end, you know exactly what happens at the end, the kids were actually cheering throughout the film. So at least this movie has its demographic. But for Karate Kid fans, I think some people are going to walk out of this movie going, this is not how you do a Karate Kid movie, or this is not how to do a Karate Kid movie right. So overall guys, Karate Kid Legends really lets me down. This movie could have been so much better than it possibly is. Some of the plot aspects could have worked in this movie, but this movie is overall messy. I think the acting was superb. I think Ben Wang is great in this film. I cannot wait to see him in more stuff. And Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan, they're fine in this film for what they're given, but they're just shoehorned rushly into the film. The other characters are pretty bland and generic. They're kind of just in the film. But man, this is one of the most rushed Karate Kid movies that I've ever seen. The movie tries to go straight on point so many times with this messy plot as well. And I just thought this movie is exhausting to watch. And I walked out of this movie, honestly, really disappointed. I still kept the bandana. The bandana is still awesome. That's probably the best thing about this movie. And it has nothing to do with the movie. But yes, guys, I think Karate Kid Legends, honestly, is probably one of the most disappointing movies that I have seen this year. This movie could have been so much better than it presented. But man, this movie is just so rushed, and I felt like if I was the editor of the film, I would have made this film look better, honestly, because this has some of the most worst editing that I have seen this year. So yeah, definitely the worst Karate Kid movie with Karate Kid Part 3, easily. I gotta say for Karate Kid Legends, please go skip this movie. And that is so disappointing to say. The movies leading up to this movie, I was excited, but this shows that you should never have your expectations way too high for a movie like this. This movie could have been so much better presented, but unfortunately, this movie really lets me down. So guys, that is my review for Karate Kid Legends. Let me know what you think of this movie in the comments below. Do you like the film, hate the film, or you thought it's okay? And now Karate Kid Legends is out, how would you rank the Karate Kid movies? You can even include Cobra Kai if you want to. Let me know that all in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me. And make sure you guys subscribe to my channel now for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a nice day.